Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another car video. Thinking only 20% of men are having sex out here is a false belief. Now, check it out, right? Check it out. Because you know how some people be talking about that 80-20 rule and everything? And, that's cool if they were just saying women find like 20% of men actually desirable, attractive, lust after them, everything. I'll be like, okay. But you got some guys thinking only 20% of men are having sex, period. Come on, man. I mean, seriously. I mean, if you go out, if you take your ass outside, just look around, more than 20% of men are walking around with a woman. They walking around with children. Something more than 20%, way more than 20%, and the reality with women is, yeah, there's guys that they lust, they find attractive, and that's that's fairly accurate. Whatever the number is fewer more than there's more. But even with them, even in that situation, women still will have sex with men in the other 80%. Indeed, one. Let me clear up one thing, because I always talk about the select and non-select. What if I said it's a sexual hierarchy? The men who are select are the men that women desire sexually, will have sex with, but not just have sex with, but will give them favorable treatment in sex, dating, and relationship, which means they will make them that French toast. Shout out C Boogie. They'll wear those Victoria's Secret thongs. Oh, they'll wear those stockings that don't have where the butt is out. They'll go down, they'll put a pillow under their head and go to work. Basically, they get favorable sexual treatment. But, and I've said this several times, if a man is non-select, he can still get sex, but he's just going to have to work on it. He got to do a lot more to get sex. It's not, wait a minute. It's not one of those things where the women going to go crazy. In fact, in my next car video, I'm going to talk about how non-select men actually get sex. And indeed, some can be players. Because I was just talking with a young lady, and she was telling me how this guy she's dealing with now got her. And I said, oh yeah, he was non-select too. So, and let me be clear about sex. The thought that women will only have sex with 10% of men, 20% of men, some people think 10%, is patently false. It is ridiculously false. That's all to it. That is all to it. That they will only have sex with a small portion of men. It's like, come on, yo. Come on. Seriously. In fact, I had addressed the issue, the 5 types of sex a woman will have, in a video I did. It caused a stir. I'll put a link to it in the description box. Because just real quick, in that video, I said, they'll have pity sex. They'll have something to do sex, transactional sex, relationship sex, and then, of course, lust sex. Now, that 20%, they might get the lust sex, but the other guy's still getting some. Now, what made me think about that? Well, first of all, everybody's always talking about that 20%, or they'll say Chad or Tyrone or whatever term they're going to use for whatever group, and think, oh, yeah, they the only ones. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Anybody who will go outside, they can see other guys are apparently having sex because they having children. Because what did I say? I said people could talk receipts and all of that. The only real receipt is a child, some progeny. And even in cases of paternity fraud, right? Even in cases of paternity fraud, the only way a woman could successfully commit paternity fraud, she still got to have sex with the guy. So the guys, even a presumed father had to have sex. That's the only way. The thought that only 20% are having sex. Come on now, the math ain't there. And the shout out Master Teacher BGS, he said, he put it in the best terms. He said, shoot, you had nothing but violence out here. You talking about 80% of men not getting no pussy? Come on now, seriously, think about that. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you what. Like I said, walk around, look around. Come on, man. Come on. But then, you know, they still gonna want more. They say, nah, Ron, you know, that study they did said it was only 20%. Man, Tinder don't represent the damn world, or whichever dating site did that. They don't represent, everybody ain't on there. Ain't nobody on there. The only number, and if you limit it to Americans, it's only what? 30 to 40% of Americans on there. And even on something like Tinder, they outnumber 9 to 1. That's a small crowd, and that's just assuming you ain't dealing with the catfish. Now, we talking about the real world now. Now, one place you want to look and ask yourselves, okay, and this is a place, anybody can go here. Just find the one in your city. You can go here and ask yourself, all right, sex means, what's the result of sex ultimately? Not just pleasure, but a baby, right? All right, go to a family court. Go to a family court. Just sit there for a day and chill. And then when you see the different guys coming up forced to pay child support or fight for the kids or something, ask yourself one question. Does this dude look like some 20%, or does he look like some fashion model? Would you call him a Chad or Tyrone? And real quick thing about that whole Chad thing. It's amazing. People have, they'll find TikToks and videos of like these Chads and stuff, like some women like saying they want them and everything. But it's funny, you don't see those guys with kids. I'm just saying. So, you know, you got that situation. And then, yeah, you got that situation. You could check it. But I'm going to even present even better evidence or better something. Because, you know, some people, they say, well, Ron, that's just talking theory. Oh, he's just talking out of his ass. He don't know what he's talking about. Well, other than Rom actually having like letters behind his name, and like I always say, if you doubt it, dox me. Dox me, shit. My shit out there. Just dox me. Other than that, there's something else that I actually saw it this morning, literally, because you know how some people want to talk about what you're, you know, they want to be like, oh, you don't know, or they want proof, documented, citations. Y'all know who be asking about those. All right, so I got one for you and shit. I got one for you. Wait, hold on a second. Yeah, y'all, I had to do something real quick. Candygram. Anyway. Yeah, so, you know, people say, well, what's your backup for it, Ron? Also in the description box is a link to a Census study. Well, I don't know, Census information about the number of American men, at least, who are biological fathers. They put the number at 60%. Like ages 15 and older. They put the number at 60%. They say 61, and you know, there's some. It's an interesting thing, which actually surprised me because I had talked before in the past about a study done that said 40% of men had put their genes into the future. Typically, only thing I can think of, and I had to do some more research on it, is perhaps that number is increasing. Actually, more men are getting sex. Because look, I want y'all to use some common sense for a bit. Use some common sense. The only way, well, if a man considers himself a father, that means he put that seed into the woman, or even in cases of paternity fraud, he still has sex with her. Now, if you out here and you out and about, right, you're going to see plenty of men who don't fit into what many other men consider that 20%. Yeah, everybody going slow. There's a speed trap up here. There's a speed trap. But anyway, you know, There's plenty of men. If you look at them, they ain't like 6 feet tall. They don't look like no Chad or Tyrone. Shoot. Hell, some of them could even pass for what people consider incel. But they have kids. And that don't mean they select because they had kids, because, you know, some people might think, hey, in fact, I saw a comment from a detractor one time. He was saying I was saying select men had kids. No, I said that's the only real receipt. If you got kids, that means you did something. That's the only proof. You ain't walking around taking a video of you actually fucking. So let me, you know, I had to put that out there. But think about it though. 60% of American men got children. And you know, in other countries, you talking about a country where a lot of women, shoot, they trying to kill the damn babies. But we won't get into some politics. But anyway, think about it. 60%. 60%. 6 out of 10 American men are fathers. And even with the paternity fraud thing, they still had to have had sex with that woman. So if it's 60%, and then you got to think how many dudes out there fucking like crazy, and particularly if they are attractive type of dudes who just don't have kids, but they still getting theirs. Y'all see where I'm going with this? Like, people trying to say only 20%. I was like, come on, man. Like I say, if you I'm with you if you say women only consider 20% of men attractive. Yeah, let's be real with men. As men, how many women we consider attractive? 20? Probably less if you want to be real with it. Shoot, we probably like only consider 10% of women attractive. 5%. Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But let's be real on something else. As men, what do? We know, y'all be sneaking with some overweight woman who got a face only a mama could love. Y'all know, just please. And you know what? Let me break something else down with that as well. Because, okay, let me talk about select men. What if I said in a recent video, I said select men only going to deal with quality women. When you look at those top men, okay, some people use the term Chad and Tyrone. Who you think they're going to dip down in with a 5? Let's just be real. Some people think that, which is dumb as shit. Nah. If they get that fine-ass woman, who you think they're going to go for? And if they can get a lot of fine-ass women, who you think they're going to go for? They're going to go for them. And then, like, when I talk about selecting non-select, you know, in 2 groups. I got 2 groups in the select, right? One is Mr. Goodbar. That's to do with the raw sex appeal. But then you also got the masked men. And that mask is really, he got to have, like, some money and status and all of that. And at least a little bit of sex appeal, which means he gotta look a certain way. Those are pickiest dudes on the planet. They elitists. they ain't messing with no jacked up woman. That dude, or dudes you might call masters of the universe, they got some money, they got some power. Please, they get clowned if they mess with some average woman, because they gotta take that woman out with them. So, and men like that especially get trophies. So, all right, so you got the select men going for the more attractive women, which I said ain't that damn many anyway. So, what you got left? You got these 49ers. You got these 5'6"s, whatever. You got some busted ass women. They be having babies. They having sex with somebody. And I think I mentioned a while ago. I remember I was paid to do this speech with a bunch of teenage girls, and they were all teenage mothers. With the exception of one of them who actually wasn't a teenage mom. She was hanging out with her friends. You know, these are some busted ass women. Who y'all think these women be having sex? If you're talking sex, ain't no qualification on it. You either getting it or you're not. And plus a lot of these like busted ass women, shoot, they be getting down. In fact, they be getting down a whole lot. Because I'm going to be real with you. If you look at the women really out here like stroking and shit, believe it or not, the more busted looking ones, the unattractive ones, they be the biggest freaks. Meanwhile, the one you think real attractive, she be all picky and shit. Ask me how I know. But seriously, yo, it's like, come on, man, thinking only 20%? Come on. And like I said, like I put that link in the description box because I know how some people are. They don't want to believe it. So I say, shit, I'll put it in there. Let's go academic. Let's go academic. You know? Because it's right there for you. And, you know, just common sense. When you go out and about to some public events or something like that, Are you just seeing one type of you just seeing just 20% of the men walking around with a woman? Hell, if you want to be real with some shit, let's be real. Let's be on some raw shit. Usually, even when you see a so-called Chad or Tyrone on some real shit, they either be by themselves or walking with some dudes. I'm just saying. So I mean, look, get out that idea. Like if you say 20%, they only consider 20% attractive, or they put them in their top tier. Yeah, that's legitimate. But when you talk about sex, and I'm gonna get in more into how some non-select dudes really be getting some pussy out this motherfucker tomorrow. If you just talking about sex, women be getting down. Women be getting down. Just like some men will mess with some like busted woman. Some women, they'll mess with that busted guy as long as he be quiet. And the secret I'm gonna give to it tomorrow. Like that's the most prominent thing. As soon as a woman say it, I say, yeah, he's non-select too. Now I'll let y'all know tomorrow. But get off the 20%. Seriously, don't act like dudes be fighting for it. But statistics, field work, the census say otherwise. Come on now. And I'll put the number, honestly, I put the number of men who get sex out here regularly at 70%. Because like I say, okay, you got the men recorded or at least self-reported as being fathers, right? And then, of course, you got some guys, they getting this, but they just don't have any kids. You do got a large number of guys just ain't getting nothing, but, try to help them. But to say it's just 20%, no. And even with that, the non-select guys who are getting some, a lot of times they just need a tweak to become truly select. That's all they need, a tweak. I mean, that's what my work does. That's what my main work is. I'm telling you how to get there. It don't take much. It really don't. Good weight loss, a good weight gain, changing your haircut, letting your beard grow out. Something. Getting some drip. Getting some confidence. It don't take much at all. So I wanted to make sure I got everything. I wanted to share all of that because I'm gonna tell you why you address that. Look, I'm in the business of helping people. You can't don't go out here with some lies. If you're gonna go out here, at least be the truth or something. Like you got some guys thinking, well, I ain't in that 20%. I ain't in that Pookie and Ray Ray thing. Yet I'll be seeing guys if they even show themselves. I see guys who look similar walking around with a baby. And you know what? They might not walk around with, that dime, which is really the real issue. Guys just focus on what the dimes are doing, but there's only a small percentage of dimes. A lot of these guys, if they just stay in their damn lane and shit, you can get you I say this, a man out here, if he decent, he can get him, realistically, he can get him a decent 7. I say every man, if he fix himself up, if he put his shit together, just be in decent shape, put on some clothing, get a decent haircut, and then be able to have a regular conversation. I say the majority of men have a realistic chance at a 7 at least. I'm saying realistic. Whether you get that or not, that depends on your environment, but realistically, you can get a 7 or at least a 6. Definitely a 6, maybe a 7. And I stand by that. Because you got a lot of attractive women out here, but dudes be acting all funky and shit. And then dudes be wanting supermodel the world and shit. Most of those supermodels, be honest with you, they just adjustables. You take that makeup off of them, you be like, oh shit, she just a 6 anyway. So anyway, wanted to share all that. Got some stuff to do. I'll talk to you. Peace.